and welcome to today's edition of Cafe Diversity. As always, I'll be your host, Sarah Nada. As always, today's show has been brought to you by WCG-TV and Westman Immigrant Services. Today I have two very special guests with me. If you would just like to take turns and introduce yourselves and why you're here.
My name is Minnie Keller. I am the owner of Steppin Dance Studio, and we are here to promote an upcoming production that we're doing called One World, One Shadow.
Okay.
And I am Kristen and I'm the assistant director at Steppin Dance Studio, and I'm here to share about the show as well.
All right, perfect. So the show is called One World, One Shadow. Whose idea was it to come up with this?
Well, I think it was for sure a collaboration because of our past experience with doing the Shadow Show. We knew that we wanted to hit a topic that was something that was really present in Brandon and our community, and not only that, but in our dance studio.
Okay.
So just kind of working together and talking and thinking of what would be the best kind of topic, we really felt that this is something that's current and going on in our dance studio.
Okay. All right, so the whole purpose of One World, One Shadow, I believe it's a multicultural show, so you're promoting multiculturalism, right?
Yes.
And can you maybe just explain a little bit for our viewers what a shadow production is?
So a shadow production, all of the performance takes place behind a screen.
Okay.
So everything that you see is in silhouette.
Oh, okay.
And so from doing the dances to creating all of the images, all the choreography, all ties together with the music to tell the story, all with silhouette.
Okay.
And I'll maybe just let Minnie add in with the pictures on the screen and how it goes together with the dancing and performance.
For sure. So with every performance or every song that we do, it's also connected to the projector with a video. So the video also projects onto the screen that helps tie the story. So for example, when we are backpacking across Europe, there's going to be scenes that show the Eiffel Tower, that the kids come into the screen and build the Eiffel Tower with their bodies. So you see kind of the shapes form from the landscapes that are projected onto the screen.
Okay. That's really cool. It's a really cool idea. All right. Awesome. So was it always planned to have the show done in shadow, or did that idea come afterwards?
Well, I think that for sure the shadow idea came first.
Okay.
When we did it, we did this in 2012. The Chamber of Commerce approached me about putting together a shadow performance for one of their galas that they were having. So that was the first time that we did it. Just two songs, nothing projected on the screen besides a white light. And after that, we just really felt inspired to put together a show. So in 2013, we decided to put on a full production, and that one was called In the Shadows, and it was about anti-bullying. And the whole thing was coming out of the shadows. That it was a very actually, I think that it affected people more than we even expected because of, again, being a very current topic.
Yes.
It was very touching for the kids. It was such a amazing learning experience for all of us. So then from there, we knew that we wanted to do it again. And so it was the shadow kind of came first.
Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. I like that you have it to be tied into events and things that are happening right now to bring more awareness to those. It's really interesting.
So it's more meaningful for the audience and the performers and us as the creative team too.
Everybody that's in the show ranges from age 8 or 9 to 19.
Okay.
And so for all of them, it's a learning process too. So it's great to share this message with the kids that are involved.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, cool. Thank you. Now, is there a particular style of dance that's represented in this show or anything like that? How does that work?
Well, I think with this show, it's more unique than our first one with the styles of dance because we are touching base with all the different cultures that we are pulling from their traditions when creating the dances. And so you'll have a jazz background and lyrical, but then when we're doing a dance from the Ukraine, we are pulling from their traditional dances.
Okay.
One of our students was a Ukrainian dancer and had pulled from
nice.
stuff that she had done when she was younger, when we were creating that dance.
Oh, that's so cool.
So definitely many genres.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Now, I like the idea of shadow, and I'm wondering why you feel this, because multiculturalism is a pretty big message.
Yes.
And I'm wondering why you decided to have that message with shadow as opposed to just without.
Well,
Was there a reason for doing it that way?
you know, there wasn't really a specific reason
Okay.
why, but we do feel that it's a strong message in that not only multiculturalism, but also celebrating diversity, where it's just, spreading the message that everyone is equal, everyone is a human being.
Right.
Only seeing someone in silhouette, you really are limited to what you see of that person.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Okay.
So it really celebrates a unity between everyone and all the cultures.
Okay.
That's kind of how we felt. And with the projection and the scenes that we put on the projection, it really brings in that colorful kind of aspect that there
Yes.
is with the multiculturalism, for sure.
Okay. All right, cool. I like it. All right. So I'm sure it takes a lot of people and a lot of time and energy to put on a show like this. So who all is involved in creating this production? Obviously, you two lovely ladies, but
Yes.
who else is involved?
We have two other instructors that teach at our dance studio.
Okay.
Tamara Hicks is our ballet instructor, and Kelsey Keelback, another one of our main instructors at the dance studio. So the four of us mainly. We also have connected with Natty Delbridge from Westman Immigration's group. She teaches Filipino dance.
Oh, okay.
So she is involved in teaching the students traditional Filipino dance for the shadow show.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then we also have a costumer and who's helping us build the props, Karen Rogowski. And there's, my husband, Richard, is kind of our guy to do all of the videos. And
Oh, okay.
all
So our
that
tech
kind of-
expert.
Our tech expert, yes. So he's kind of designing all the pictures that are on the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then Ben Mark Sound is partnering with our dance studio to put together the show. So they supply the screen, the sound
wow,
system,
yeah.
and he's there throughout the whole process, the week of the show.
And then, of
Yes.
course, all your dancers.
And all the dancers.
Right.
Absolutely.
Can't forget
really
them.
do without them. Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
It would just be very sparse, I
It
think.
would, it would, yeah.
How many dancers are involved with this production?
At least 75.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
A lot.
That's
Yes.
like my entire high school. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is a lot of people. Luckily, we don't all practice at the exact same time. We kind of split them into groups, and that's how we rehearse, is in our groupings.
I can't imagine trying to have 75 people in the same place at the same time.
In the dark.
In the dark, right? You're like, okay, here go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Now, we've already talked a little bit about the age of the dancers. I believe you said it was between about 8 or 9 and 19?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a reason why only up until 19, no adults? Or is that just, do you
Just
focus
because
mainly on
that's
kids?
who's in our dance studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, part of what the Shadow Show is going to be talking about is describing local stories, I believe, right?
Yes.
Can you give us a rough example of a local story that'll be in the show?
Sure. We're sharing a story. We call it the Thiessen story.
Okay.
And it's a story of a grandparent of a dancer that actually, a great grandparent of a
Oh,
dancer
okay.
that immigrated to Canada from Russia in the 1920s.
Oh,
And it's quite a amazing story of how they fled Russia and moved to Canada for, expecting things to be so much better and just kind of open up their opportunity.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of sharing that story, but also the struggle that they had when they did come to Canada, not speaking English. And so it's a really interesting story.
Yeah, that'll be really cool because a lot of people don't realize how much is involved with leaving everything and coming somewhere else, learning a new language, finding a
Absolutely.
place to live,
Right.
jobs,
Yeah.
schooling for your kids.
Absolutely.
It can be a nightmare.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be really interesting. I look forward to that. Now, I understand that you won't see the people, you'll see their silhouettes, and you'll see some images that are projected on the screen. Will there be any dialogue, any singing, or is the music that you're using just musical? How does that work?
Well, majority of the pieces will be a pre-recorded musical, right? However, we do have one piece that is going to have violinists that are also students at the dance studio, Brooklyn and Brenna Sawchuk, and they will be playing the violin.
For the Ukrainian section.
Ukrainian.
Okay.
And then we also have one of our senior dancers will be singing a song along with a high school student, a friend of hers, that he will be playing the guitar. So we'll have that piece as well. And then the two of the stories that we'll be sharing will be narrated as well.
Nice.
So you'll have the vocal recording of the narration of the stories to help tie in with the silhouette dancing.
That's really cool. So it won't just be a bunch of people dancing in the dark.
No, there's a lot of
There's singing in the dark too.
Quotes and quotes that are projected onto the screens.
Oh,
and,
very nice.
And kind of a way to tie the whole story together. So
That's really
connect the
interesting.
show. So
Yeah.
it's not just a piece and then another piece.
it's not like a dance recital. It's like a real production.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So when is the show happening? What are the dates?
Next week,
Okay.
April 30th and May 1st
Okay.
at 7:30 p.m. at the auditorium.
Okay. Perfect. Is there a cost for attendance?
Yes, adults are $15.
Okay.
And students are $12.
Okay, that's pretty manageable. It's
Yeah,
not like you're
that's-
charging $50 or something like
No,
that.
We're really trying to make it affordable and hope that the community wants to come out and support it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And where is it being held?
At the auditorium. Yeah, at the Westman Centennial Auditorium.
Okay, so the one that's on the university campus
yes,
then?
yeah.
Okay. I know where that is. Now, you've mentioned a lot of people at the studio who are involved in this production. Are there any outside organizations that are partnering with you on
Ben
this?
Marks is the doing the sound,
Okay.
and they'll be doing not only the sound but the supplying of the screen and then the auditorium. Of course, the week that we're there, they'll be helping us out with
Perfect.
setting everything up. But
Supplying ushers and things like that, so you don't have to worry about that.
Backstage, yes. Set up.
Cool, perfect.
we have lots of parents that volunteer too and help backstage, and to get the kids prepared for every show, every student has to be in a braid, like have their hair in braids, because we can't have, the screen is so high definition and so detailed that even flyaway hairs show up on the screen. So we have a lot of hairspray backstage, and yeah, so it's there's a lot of hands back there.
Have some nice helmet head, right?
Yeah. Actually,
nice and
throughout the
solid.
whole show, all 70 kids are on the stage throughout the whole show.
Wow.
But so they never leave the stage. The audience can't see them because they're behind the screen. Because you really can only fit about 15 kids at the most in front of the light at a time.
Okay.
So it's very choreographed, and they know it so well. It's always so amazing to watch how they come in and out of the light and how they know where they need to be, and everyone is in their specific spot. And it's pretty amazing watching it from the back,
It
actually.
sounds like it, yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. In your studio, in the show, is it more girls than boys, or are there boys as well? I always wonder that in terms of how the gender roles are.
We do have girls and boys that dance, and in the show we have five. We do
2 to 5.
2 in the senior. Yes, that's right. Yes. So 2 in the senior, and then 3 more of an intermediate age group.
Oh wow. Okay, that's cool. That was for my own personal interest. I was always wondering how that worked. Okay. Now, I believe you said before we started filming that you do the show every 2 years. I think so.
Well, our first one was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So that's kind of a new But we're thinking that every 2 years is going to be our plan.
Yeah. So you're thinking not for next year, but maybe the year
Right.
after that
Yeah.
you'll have another one.
That's right.
Interested to see how that one comes out. Have you guys been thinking about that yet, or you're just so consumed with this show right now you don't have time to think about anything
There's
else?
always something, right?
That's right.
During the process, my husband and I were like, "Oh, this could be a good idea," but then we're like, "Hey, stop! We can't be thinking about this right now.
We don't have the time.
Let's get this done first." Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, you do other shows than
Yes.
the One World, One Shadow. Are there, after this show is done next week, what else do you have coming up for Step in Time Studios?
Well, 2 weeks after,
Yes.
2 weeks
2
after,
weeks, yes.
we are getting prepared for our year-end dance recitals.
Ooh.
So that involves our 600 students that we have at our dance studio.
Wow, okay, I thought 75 was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, 600 kids. All right, I got it.
We do 3 dance recitals at
Okay.
the auditorium, and that fills up. That's a very busy
Yes.
week.
Yeah, no kidding. Are those open to the public,
Oh,
or are
yeah,
those?
absolutely, yeah.
All right. And then what happens after the recitals? Do you guys have summer break? Everyone relax, or you just
like,
keep going?
Close the door in the house so that no one can talk to us. Yes.
Summer break,
Summer
and
break.
we run a dance camp in July.
Oh, okay.
That we do a 4-day dance camp, Monday to Thursday, 9 to 3:30, and it's for dancers 6 and up. And
Okay.
yeah, so we do that in July, and
And then,
into
by
August, it's planning
comes,
for the next year. So next
do
season.
it all again.
So June, don't talk to you guys. You're recovering.
Yeah.
July,
Kristen's
you
also
camp.
a teacher at Neelan High School.
Oh,
I do.
So she is very busy as well.
No kidding.
So I
Yeah.
still have June there, and yes, I'm half-time there in the mornings. I teach the dance program at Neelan.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So-
I thought I was crazy, but apparently I'm not alone in this. It's always nice to meet comrades. All right, perfect. And so we've talked a little bit about diversity and multiculturalism and how you're hoping to connect with kids and adults and everyone else on another level. So building on that, and you've talked a little bit about your show before being against bullying and things
Right.
like that. Why do you think it's important to have shows like this? Even though it is only every 2 years is still important, but why do we care? Why do we care about diversity?
Well, I think just important to have shows like this to touch on things that are going on in the community, and to, like we were saying before, just to share that experience with the kids, and then with anybody who comes to see it, just to help. And
If somebody is new to Brandon, know that that there are other organizations or communities that they can become a part of.
Right.
Right. And I was just talking to my husband about this, that my son takes dance, and in his dance class alone, there's only 15 boys in his dance class, which is a lot of boys to have in a dance class. But just in that dance class, we have a boy from the Ukraine, from Russia, from the Philippines, Colombia,
Okay.
South Africa, all in one dance class.
Wow.
So when you look at that and the community that's in our dance studio, that it just seemed like a really good idea.
Yeah,
for
no, for
something
sure.
That is, just so apparent for us.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, as part of Westman Immigrant Services, like, we have a lot of newcomers to Canada, let alone Brandon. So this is a good way for them to realize that.
Actually, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Westman Immigrations has actually contacted us, and we offer dance classes through Westman Immigrations.
Oh, okay.
And they have, there's a lot, or on Saturdays, they have made that opportunity for dancers, or for people that are new to Brandon, to come and take dance
very
classes.
nice.
So it's been.
Is that through our youth program then,
Yes.
with Elena?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, through with Elena.
Perfect. Awesome. That's exciting. It makes me wish that I was an immigrant youth sometimes, because all this fun stuff they get to do. I'm like, I was born in Canada, and I'm not really much of a youth anymore. All right, well, that's really exciting. Thank you so much. I think that's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything that you'd like to add or build on?
I think
Yeah, I
that-
think
You think you're
that
good?
covers it,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming to the show today. It was really great to have you
thank you
here
for
and,
having us.
and
Thank
learning
you.
about it. I'm going to have to find some money to come see the show, I think.
I hope you do.
All right. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
All right, and thanks to everyone who is watching our show today. As always, today's show has been brought to you by WCG TV and Westman Immigrant Services. Thanks very much for watching, and have a good day.